Across all devices, they should look similar. So that is the main intention actually. So how we can design that? How we can achieve that? There are so many options to achieve such responsive web designs. We have so many options. Like one is to achieve the responsive web designs. We need, first one is fluid grids, that you can do that by using display grid. And you need fluid boxes. That means you can use display as flex, and you can use flex boxes, you can use them. And you can have fluid images. Fluid means they will fit onto device. Fluid images, how you can give? By giving the size in percentage. By specifying the percentile, you can handle that fluid images. So already we learned how to create fluid grids. Already we learned how to create flex boxes. And already we learned how to create fluid images. So already we know responsive design. One more important option is we also use media query. Media queries are also used for responsive design. I hope media query is also the concept. So, and which I showed you in the beginning, how the media queries are used while starting with style. If you remembered, so I told you style have a media option. Media can be like print. Media can be like screen. So we can target our styles to that particular media. Not only that, we can use one more option here to make the designs responsive. Another option is used for making responsive design is, so we can use an option called media query. Media query is nothing but, so it allows to apply CSS only when the given condition matches. That means the condition related to browser width, the condition related to zoom, the condition related to device, if it matches, then it will fit onto that. That means you can design by using this approach. Media queries, what they will do is they will change your appearance of page according to browser, according to width of browser, according to the device, whether you are watching on a mobile or any another device. They can change accordingly. They can manage accordingly. That's what media queries are. So how we can deal with the media query. How to write media queries, we will see them. That means at different situations, the page should have different appearances. The page should change its appearance according to situation. So for that we have to write media, and in that we first define media type, and we write media feature rule. If media type and media feature rule are matching, what effect you want, you have to write the effects. You need to define in this way. So effects are defined in this way. So what is media type and what is media feature rule? We will see that. The media type and media feature rule we will see. What is it and how to handle that we will discuss. So actually media type means it can be like print, it can be like screen, it can be like speech. So all these are options media type. That means for printing it should look in a different way. On screen it should look in a different way. We call this as media type. So see here. Suppose I am designing. Let's add media demo.html. And here we are adding doc type, HTML head and title, media demo. In the body section, so we are configuring simple some div heading, some Amazon shopping, and some options we have. Suppose unordered list item like home, like about, like contact options are there. Generally, when we display, it will look like this. So this is on screen, it is presenting. So when I go to printing options, Control P means printing. In printing also it looks same. It looks same. But when I am printing, I want a different appearance. Then what you can do is, here you can write style. In that you can write @media. So you can write media if it is for screen. If it is for screen, then in the body section, text alignment should be left side. Font size will be 16 pixels. And I want a border 2 pixel solid. So that is the body appearance. The body appearance when we body, heading, unordered list, everything you can write. That is the body appearance on screen. And unordered list style as none. Unordered list style as none. And display we will pick as flex. And list item, so list item we will keep display as flex. So display as flex. So on that it is showing like this. So list item we will keep some space, right? List item we will keep as margin left or margin right, some 20 pixel. Okay, so we are going to handle that. That means this is on screen. So when you are trying to present on screen, we want the appearance in this way. Now you can see that for screen appearance, it will be in this way. But when I am printing, I don't want this. I want in a plain way. Currently in printing also, it is showing the same. So, but here, so same means effects are not same. Content is same, but appearance is different. Suppose if I make this for print, now you can see that General appearance is like this. And when I go to printing, in printing it appearance will change like this. You can change that. That means on screen it is showing like this. But when I go to print, it will be in this way. It will be displayed in this way. So we can change the appearance for device according to which device they are using. That means whether they are watching on screen, whether they are printing, depending on that. Why we have to change like that? Because generally on screen you can show hundreds of colors, but on printing some colors may be missing. Then we need to design suitable for printing. So otherwise the appearance will not come exactly what we are looking for. So that is the reason we have to design. You can put different also. For print, this option. For screen, you can write another option. That means you can write here one more media. This is for screen. For screen, I will put body text alignment as center. So font size as 26 pixels, right? So I will define those options. That means on screen, generally, so I want body font size. I don't want border. Unordered list, so list style. I don't want display. So I want margin as bottom. Margin bottom 20 pixel. I want like this on the screen. It will be like this. On screen, it will display like this. And on printing, it will display in a different way. Printing is different, on screen is different. That is the responsiveness. That means it will change according to the screens or devices. Not only that, you can also change according to width, orientation. You can change that. That means, for example, if I am watching on lengthy screen, then it should be side by side. Short mobile like screen, it should be one below another. We can design like that. We can design like that. Then what you have to do is here, we have to write the media queries also. That means at the net media, okay. So the media is screen, okay, screen. And you have to use the word end. End. That means you are watching on screen and the media query here. Query is if width is some 400 pixels. If width is 400 pixels, that means if it is 400 pixels. On 400 pixels, what should happen is the unordered list. So we will display as inline. At 400 pixels, we want to display as inline. Or this is general. That means this is normal. Normally, unordered list should display flex, display flex. And the list item should be using margin right 20. That is normal. That is normal how it is showing. So, and the list style none. Okay. That's the way. But generally what happens is when I adjust my width here for browser, if width is adjusted, then this should adjust. So that means, for example, we have like border as 2 pixel solid, width as 200 pixel, padding is 10 pixel. So background color is red. So color is white. So like this, appearance is given. Appearance is given. And you can see the appearance will be like this. Now when you are adjusting, what should happen is when it reaches 400 pixels or less than that, then it should come one below another. It should not remain like this. So because on mobile like devices, you cannot watch many content on the screen side by side. I want one below another. I already showed you Flexbox, how to design a Flexbox. Here we can write media query also. But one problem is there. You are saying width 400 means exactly when it reaches 400. So not exactly when it reaches 400. So from 0 to 400. So that means you can write here as max width. So we can write as max width. You can write max width, min width. If you write only width, it means exactly 400. Max width, min width means up to 400 from 400. For example, if it is max width 400 pixels, then what should happen is the unordered list. I will change that now. This unordered list. So display we will keep as block. List style as none. Margin top, we are changing margin top. Margin top 20 pixel. Rest of options are same. That is max width 400 pixels. That means now see now, when I am adjusting this, now it is good. When it reaches 400 pixels and below, then automatically they will come down and your menu will change. That looks good. Why? Because if user is watching on mobile like screens, then he should not scroll left and right. He should not scroll left and right. So he should scroll only up and down. When width is adjusted, then automatically they should fit onto it. That's how we define. So better to use max width. Don't use width, because when I use width, the problem is exactly 400 pixels. It means exactly 400 pixels. But we don't know exactly 400 pixel where it will come. That is very risky. So that is the reason. So better you have to give as max width. So maximum width, minimum width. So you can define that. Even you can change so many things, not only list. You can change background colors, effects, everything. For example, if width is 400 pixels, you can change the color also. Suppose background color. So I will change body. Suppose for body, I am using background color as gray. So some light gray. Light gray. I am changing background color light gray. And that means you can see that. So when I adjust this, when I less than, then you see background color changes to gray. And again, I am increasing the size more than 400. Now it is normal. Less than 400, then it will be like this. You can change the complete alignment, the complete appearance. You can change the heading appearance. For example, I want heading. So heading. So to get text aligned to center. That means it should keep that to center. And you can see it will go left side. And when I am adjusting, it will come to the center. That is media queries. So that is the media queries. Not only that, you can use even this for orientation. That means you can write minimum width, minimum height, or you can also define orientation. Landscape, portrait, orientation will be there. That means landscape, portrait, orientation is nothing but For example, suppose on mobile, you have two orientations, landscape orientation, rotating mobile, right? You have rotate option. When you rotate and try to watch, so that means horizontally you try to watch, then more content will come side by side like this. And if it is portrait, then it should be like this. On portrait in this way and landscape in this way, I want like that. So then what you can do is here you can write the effect. So this should be media. This effect should be when it is portrait or when it is landscape, you have to give the orientations. That means we have to write like this. Media, we have to use orientation. Orientation, we can say portrait. If the orientation is portrait, then this kind of effect will come. You can give the option like, so landscape. For landscape, this type of appearance will come. That means one appearance for landscape, another appearance for portrait. That means you can change that. We can define the effects. That means, so I am writing here portrait. That means this is for portrait orientation and this is for landscape. You can write two options. So that means I will write another media here. So media, so this is orientation, landscape. And the landscape orientation, this effect will be there. Portrait orientation, this effect will be there. That means you are watching currently like this. Portrait means, suppose you are watching this on a mobile. Currently I am using my touch screen here and I will try to rotate my screen. When I try to rotate my screen, you can see that it will rotate and automatically it becomes portrait and the appearance is changed. That means you can see my screen is portrait now. And again I rotate to landscape, then again it will change in this way. That means for landscape, it will have one appearance. For portrait, it will have another appearance. This you can watch on your computers if you have laptops, and laptops have touch screens, or so you have mobiles, so you can rotate and you can see that. So this will change its appearance. So when I rotate, you can also test here, go to inspect. You can see in the inspect, you will find here, there is an option, device toolbar. This is device. You click on that toggle device toolbar. Beside that welcome, you have device toolbar. And you see here, this is rotate. You click on that rotate button, then it will be like this. This is landscape. And you are not rotating. That means it will be again portrait. It will be displayed like this. So it will be landscape or it will be portrait. On portrait, its appearance is different. Landscape appearance is different. Because when user is rotating the image, when user is rotating the device, that means he is rotating the mobile or he is rotating the laptop, tab-like devices. So based on horizontal or vertical, it can define the effects. It can configure the effects. So these are generally defined by using these options. So you can use media queries. You can use media queries for various options. So I have shown you how we can use the media query for a media type and media feature rule. Media feature rule means orientation, width, min width, max width, This comes under feature rule. Media type means print, screen, we have to design that. We can also use logical operators. Logical operators also we can use, like and, like not, like only, like comma. Comma is this comma symbol. That means we can write like this. We can write media, print, comma, screen. It's okay. It will work for both of them. So you can write multiple options, no problem. We can use and options. That means, for example, we can write like this: media and media. So max width is 300 pixel. And we can write orientation. Orientation is landscape. Landscape. Like that, we can write multiple conditions. That means if both conditions are matching, then it will rotate. You can configure. So by using this end, already I used that end. That means in previous example I showed you, we can write like this: if media is screen and orientation is landscape. That means both should match. If it is screen and it is landscape. Or you can write like only screen. Only screen. You can write like only screen. Or you can even write like not screen. That means you say that here you can write media is not screen. And orientation is lots. Not screen means in printing, in speech, it will appear different. Means other than screen. If it is not screen, then it will apply this. You can also use options like if it is only screen, that means only for screen this will affect. For printing it will not affect. If you want for print and screen, then we have to write print comma screen like this. So these are conditions. If you want to write multiple conditions, you can define in this way. These are general operators. These are general operators. So responsive designs are very much important to handle. Let's create one more simple option, landscape orientation. One small example I will show you. Observe. Means generally where we use all this concept is, we use all this concept in designing toolbars and pages so that they fit according to our devices. Let's create one example. So what I am doing here, I am creating, means to show you in real world generally how we design toolbars by using this kind of technique. So what we have to do here in the style, so we need to configure. In the style we need to configure. So first body section. So let's create a div. So class as some icon bar. I will use like icon bar. Okay. Let's link style sheet. Link relation is equal to style sheet. href is equal to fonts css all.css. Okay. Now here in the icon bar, so we are adding a anchor. I will just give href is equal to hash. I will put class as active class. Okay. And here it is having a span. Span is having class like FA and FA home. Home, that's it. We are not using any text, only icon. So next anchor. So this href is equal to hash. We can keep any links there. So now span. So for this class, so here we are giving FA envelope. Okay. Another anchor. So href is equal to hash and span, and we are designing a class, then FA globe. So FA and FA globe. I'm using globe. Okay, that is another option. Fine. Okay, let's keep one more is like trash. So I will put as like trash. Okay. Actually, this is the icon bar, and in the icon bar we have this design, and when you run this, you can see it will be like this. These are the icons. Okay, these are the icons: home, envelope, globe, trash. These are the icons available. Fine. What we will do now here is, so I will write the styles. I will configure the style. Basic styles. First, body. So body margin as 10 pixel. Okay, fine. And we have icon bar. Icon bar is width 90 pixels. Okay, and I will put background color. So light, yeah, grayscale. Okay, slate gray. Okay, like this, the color I am giving. Okay, now icon bar have anchors. So I will write dot icon bar anchors. So we will put display as block. Okay, then text align to center. Okay, padding some 16 pixel. Okay, put the color as white. Fine. Font size 36. That will increase the icon size. Okay, when mouse pointer is over the anchor, then dot icon bar anchor hover. When mouse pointer is over, then I will put background color green. Good. Then put color. Already color is white. Color is white, so no need to change the color. Green, that's enough. When it is active, we return an active class. Active background color I will put as black. So black is for active. So black is for active. Okay. This is the appearance of a toolbar. You can see a toolbar is like this now. That is the toolbar. Generally you see in websites. And when I move the mouse onto this now, when I move the mouse onto this, this is highlighting this toolbar and showing. This is a basic toolbar we designed. But very important, the toolbar appearance should be like this. Its appearance should be like this. When it is watched on mobile, if you are watching on tab desktops in a landscape mode, then they should be side by side arranged. They should be side by side arranged. We want that kind of appearance. Then what you do is here, currently at any level it is same. At any level this toolbar is same. At any level this toolbar is same. So we need to keep, so the appearance changed according to width orientation. Then what we do is, so we have to write media query now. Here I need to add a media and orientation. If orientation is landscape, then body same. So we define body. So margin is 10 pixel, fine. And what we will do is, for this icon bar, I will give the width as 100%. Width will be 100%. And the background color as so light slate gray. So that is the common one. So okay. And what we will do is, overflow we will give as auto. That means the scroll bar will come horizontally if there are many items. So that is, and links and other options are same. That means padding anchors, active, appearance will be same, no change. That means the rest of, so the anchors, active, these effects will be same. Those effects will not change. I am giving the same effects. So that means we are configuring that. So for the icon bar, we are defining that and displaying. So that is generally. Now observe carefully. Now what will happen is, this is the effect we given. One more, we need to change the orientation. Display should not be blocked now. We have to change the orientation, display to inline. That's important. Display to inline. And previously the display is block. We have to change to inline when the orientation is landscape. The orientation is landscape, we need to change that. And you see now, you can see that its appearance will be like this. Of course, you can change the anchors, underlines and all this, because you see underlines like options will come there. That is natural, right? So you know that anchor text decoration, so we keep none. Then it will not keep that one. This will be horizontal. You can also give the paddings, so adjusted according to the content. We can remove this overflows if you don't want. That means overflow of auto. I remove that overflow, it will be like this. Now you see, if I remove overflow, highlighted one will be showing like this. By default, only one is highlighted, not the others. So that's option. What we will do is, in JavaScript, we will change that. In JavaScript, we will change that active class. That means if a user clicks on envelope, this becomes active. That means this class active will be applied to this one. Then it shows highlighted. That you can do with JavaScript. So because you have to identify which one is clicked, and you have to apply the class dynamically. You need to configure the class dynamically. So now this is general appearance of horizontal landscape. I change this to portrait. That means I am adjusting the width now. Then automatically when it is width adjusted, it is not fitting into it. Remember, it is toolbar is fitting into it, but it is not changing to vertical. Why? Because we haven't written the query for width. We return the query for only landscape. That means even if you adjust the width, it will not change the toolbar orientation, but it will change the toolbar orientation when you rotate your screen. When I rotate the screen, you can see that my toolbar appearance changed. Again, I rotate the screen, then the toolbar appearance will be like this. That means on landscape, one appearance, portrait, another appearance. You can inspect that. You can inspect that. You can see this is, I will rotate, and you see portrait, it will be vertical. Landscape, it will be side by side. We can change according to orientation. If you want width, you can add width also. That means you can say media. So query we can write here. Media queries we can configure here. So how do we write the media queries? That means multiple conditions I told you. Multiple conditions, generally what we do is we will write an option like, so the condition is max width is some 400 pixels and orientation is landscape. We can write multiple conditions. So that means depending on the orientation and options, we can adjust this. So that means when you are adjusting that, you can see that it is going to change accordingly. That means we can use max width, you can say min width. So min width. That means its initial appearance will be like this. And you see, if I say max width, that means max width your wish. You can adjust up to 400, 500 pixels. You can see it will be like this. When I'm adjusting, it will fit like this. You can configure min width, max width, orientations. We can use multiple conditions. So here if I return only orientation, then it will affect only orientation. Even you changing the width, so it will not affect. We have to write both. So that makes your page more responsive. That means when you change the orientation of the page, that means orientation of your device, then automatically it will change its appearance. So that is how we design the pages. We can create the contents, we can configure the contents and display the content. Of course, when user clicks home, about, and other options, you can display them here. We can display them here. You can put an iframe functionality, your wish. Our main concept is to understand how we can make the design responsive. So that means how we can manage the device according to device screen. Dynamically, you can add some more effects with JavaScript. And one more important is to create, when you are creating such responsive designs. So we also have a very important option. So that is usually in the head section, we design the screen by using meta. We have to mention a meta option also. To create a responsive page, when you are creating a responsive page, meta uses, remember, only meta is not enough and only these options are not enough. We need a combination of both of them. We need fluid images, we need fluid grids, we need fluid flex boxes, we need media query, and we need meta also. In meta, we have to write an option, meta name as viewport. Viewport means displaying. We have to write content as width. That means the page width should fit to device width. You have to write it width to device width. And we have to write initial scale as 1.0 means 100%. Scale means zoom. That means viewport is used by browser, and that browser is going to fit the content to fit the device width. That means your content will fit the device width. If it is landscape, portrait, according to width, it will fit. And initial zoom percent, it will keep it to 1. You can keep it zoom percent to 2, 1, anything. That means the initial zoom percent will be 200 pixels. Initial zoom percent will be 200 pixels. We can change that. Better always keep 1. Initial zoom percent. That means now what happens is, when this makes your content responsive, even if you put some ordinary paragraph below this, observe carefully. That means once you write meta viewport, so meta viewport is important to change the content appearance according to device width. It fits to the device width. I will put another div here and put some paragraph of information. And you can observe that. So this is the paragraphs, and you can observe that when I adjust this, so this paragraph also fits accordingly. It gives a vertical scroll bar automatically. So it fits accordingly. So viewport requires this content, this type of content to show. That's good. Appearance will be good. And if I change to landscape or portrait orientation, you can see the orientation will be like this. Automatically the content will fit according to the device width, it will fit. According to the device width, it is going to fit the content. This is very important. So to configure the responsive designs, when you are configuring responsive design, you have to use this meta also. In meta, we have to write viewport and width as device width and initial scale is 1. You can write 1 or 1.0 or anything. So creating a responsive web design, so it depends on lot of things, not only just only one option. It depends on lot of concepts. That means we have to adjust according to the device. Then you have to write meta, you have to write media queries. Not only that, suppose you are keeping any image inside it. When you are keeping an image inside it, make sure that image source, so we have like assets, some shoe.jpg, and make sure that its width or fluid width. That means suppose I say 100%, that is fluid, and height as suppose some 50%, fluid percentages. That percent will make it fluid. That makes it fluid. And when you adjust the browser, and this is going to fit accordingly. That is going to fit accordingly. So width will adjust accordingly. So that looks better. You have to give all these options correctly. Not only that, you just mentioned media query. So our content also should fit accordingly. For that, you have to use display flexible modes. You have to use display styles and other options. These are all combinations. By using the combination of all these, we can make it responsive. So responsive design can be achieved with so many things. Fluid images, fluid grids, so flex boxes, so flex and flex boxes, and columns, and by using meta and by using media query, all these are used. A combination of all these are required. You cannot simply write one media query and you can say that it will fit onto any device. That depends on which device and what you are using. So this is making responsive web designs. Now I will give you some screen designs now. So you need to create those screen designs. Already I am giving you several exercises. Some people are submitting, some people are not, right? So, but people who are submitting, whenever campus interviews are going on, we will promote only the people who are submitting the exercises to those campus interviews. Others we will ignore, right? So people who are doing the tasks and submitting the tasks, all those people's information, we are making a report of them, and we will suggest only these people to various interviews going on related to technologies in our campus drives. We will recommend only the people who are doing exercise. Others, as you are ignoring exercises, we also will ignore you. Okay. So people who are practicing and submitting exercises, for those people only, we will give more priority in campus drives. When companies come, we will prefer those people. I will post some more exercises today. You have to design those exercises with whatever the CSS you have learned. Now, once you are good with this, now we are going to start another important concept, that is Bootstrap. What is Bootstrap? How do we work with Bootstrap? We are going to see. So that we will see from the next session tomorrow, we will see that. So today is enough. Today we finished with the CSS, and from tomorrow we will start learning with the Bootstrap. Okay. I will post some exercises. You have to do them and submit those exercises. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue.